So, good morning, students. So, again, I have explained this particular chapter, authors, as well as the theme, as well as the characters involved in this particular story. So, in this particular video, I'm going to discuss about the various points involved in this particular story. So, I have splitted this particular chapter into 8 points, and about these points, I'm going to discuss. So, what are the main points you need to remember while going through this particular chapter? So, earlier I did tell you about the characters involved in this. So, the story starts as the first point you can see over here, that about Matilda. Matilda is a pretty young lady, and it seems that by an error of destiny, she was born in the family of clerk. She married to a petty man and clerk by his profession. Now, she was born in the family of clerk. She had no hopes of marrying a rich and important person, hence, she married a petty clerk. Now, the second point here I have given is simple but unhappy. Now, again, this is about Matilda. That Matilda was simple but unhappy in her life. She was pained at her miserable condition, you can say. She thought that she was born for all delicacies and luxuries of the world. Her petty economic and social status tortured and angered her. She loved only marvelous dishes, nice frocks, and the jewels. So, this is about Matilda, about her likings and dislikings. Now, the third point you need to remember is the invitation for dinner. So, how exactly the story starts as. So, one day, what happens is Mr. Loisel. Who is Mr. Loisel? Mr. Loisel is the husband of Matilda. So one day, Mr. Loisel, her husband, gave her a printed card. It was an invitation to dinner organized by a minister of public instruction where her husband worked. He had hoped that his wife would be delighted to receive such an invitation, but his wife threw the invitation upon the table with contempt. She was impatient and complained that she had nothing to wear on such a great occasion. So she got a kind of invitation from her ministers, and it was a great honor for this particular family to be the part of that particular ball party. So Matilda, she was impatient and complained that she had nothing to wear on such a great occasion. Now Mr. Loisel, by hearing this, and he was silent now because he was not earning that kind of money. So, and Matilda told him calmly that she couldn't go there without a proper dress. He should give his card to his colleague's wife, who had a better dress than hers. He was pained to hear it. He asked what it would cost them to buy a good dress. Now she replied 400 francs, and that was a kind of a huge uh, money. Now, after listening to it, that particular dress would cost him around 400 francs. Now he grew pale. He had saved 400 francs to buy a gunshot for his hunting parties. So Mr. Loisel decided to invest that particular saved 400 francs for the dress of Matilda. So this is what in point third. Now let's discuss something about point 4. It's written over here, necklace for a ball party. Now the day of ball party came near, and her dress was ready. Now she was pained to have such a poverty stricken look, and she was vexed not to have a jewel. So she demanded a next thing, that is a matchable jewelry for the dress. Now it was quite humiliating to give a shabby image of her in the midst of rich ladies. Then an idea came to Mr. Loisel. Mr. Loisel asked her to borrow a jewel from her friend Madame Forrester. Now she uttered a cry of joy. She had thought of it before Madame Forrester heard her story of distress. Now she opened her jewel case and asked her to choose any one of the items she liked. Now Matilda's eyes fell on a superb necklace of a diamond, and her friend willingly agreed to lend that to her. She was overjoyed and went away with the diamond necklace. So this is how Matilda she manages to get a kind of a necklace with the help of which she can decorate herself for the ball party, a kind of invitation letter received by his husband, Mr. Loisel. Now she was ready for the ball party. Now, what exactly happened? The ball party was a kind of a great success. And fifth point, you can see over here the great success at the ball party. So, Madame Loisel was a great success at a ball, and she looked very pretty, elegant, and graceful, you can say. All men noticed her and wanted to be introduced to her. So, this is a kind of a success of Matilda in a ball party. Now, after that, what happens is she lost that particular necklace which she borrowed from Mrs. Forrester. So, what exactly happened? Let us see. Now, when they went back home from that particular ball party, she had a full view of herself in her glory in the mirror, and suddenly she uttered a kind of a cry. Her necklace was not around her neck. Loisel was worried. They did not know even the cab number. Perhaps the necklace was lost there. So this was the kind of unfortunate thing that happened on that night when they were returning from the ball party to their home. Now Mr. Loisel depressed himself and went out to search the necklace over the track. He went to police, to cab offices, and advertised in the newspaper offerings reward. At the end of the week they had lost all the hope. Now in a shop they found the similar diamond necklace that valued at 40,000 francs. Now what they have decided is to return back the duplicate necklace of Mrs. Madame Forrester. So that would cost around 40,000 francs, and that was supposed to be a kind of a very huge amount. Now in order to gain that new duplicate necklace, the miserable struggle to pay off the money, what they did is, now I'm going to discuss about the kind of a phase they undergone in order to manage that 40,000 francs, and that was a quite huge amount. So Mr. Loisel possessed 18,000 francs which his father had left. He borrowed the rest, then he went to the shop and deposited 36,000 francs and got the same kind of necklace as they had lost. Now Madame Forrester got the necklace back. Madame Forrester didn't open the jewel box. Then started the horrible life of necessity of Mr. and Mrs. Loisel. Now their life became very miserable. Now Mrs. Matilda or Mrs. Loisel washed the dishes in the lane. She did all the household works in order to earn money. They sent away their maid. They rented a small rooms in the attic. The husband worked in a little evening at some merchant office. He did copying at 5 sous a page at night. At the end 10 years they paid all the debts. She realized that the necklace had changed their life. So this is a kind of a miserable life led by these two couples, that is Mr. Loisel and Mrs. Loisel, in order to pay back all the debts which they took for that particular necklace costing 40,000 francs. Now lastly what happens is, now the 8th point you can see over here, that Madame Forrester's necklace was false. Now this was the kind of a secrecy that was revealed at the end of the story. So what happens is, one day, now after these two couple they have paid all the debts. Now one day Mrs. Loisel happened to meet Madame Forrester taking a walk. Now, Madame Foresters did not recognize her friend. Now, she had changed very badly. Now, Matilda confessed that she had hard days because of the necklace. Now, Madame Foresters remembered that the necklace she had given to her, but she reminded Matilda that she had already returned that necklace. Then Mrs. Loisel told the whole story. She also told that how they suffered to replace her lost necklace. Their whole life was changed. It became miserable due to that diamond necklace. Now this was a very poor moment for those couples. Now Madame Forrester showed a sympathy, and what she replied is, "Oh my poor Matilda, my necklace was false, so were the diamonds. They were not worth over 500 francs." So at last what we came to know about is that particular necklace borrowed by Matilda from Mrs. Foster, that was costing around less than 500 francs. But they have destroyed their life in order to earn that kind of debt that exactly occurred due to that diamond necklace which was costing around 40,000 francs. It was just due to the kind of life which Matilda wants to lead, and she always wants to pretend like a rich person, but she couldn't. So the message what we received from this particular chapter is, copying to anybody or a rich can be proved as a kind of disasters in any individual life. Thank you.